Wonderful to be in your company tonight and wonderful to be getting the expert opinion of Tim Sherwood and Miguel Delaney. Guys, what a story to be discussing. First up, finally, Mohamed Salah has decided he's staying for the next couple of years at Liverpool.
That's fantastic news, not only for Liverpool, but you mentioned for the team and for the fans, but also for us in the Premier League. We want to see the best players in the Premier League, and he's certainly one of those. I mean, for sure, he'll be the player of the season this year. Golden Boot winner, no end to what he will achieve. The numbers, what he produces on a regular basis, consistency of the man's performances. We're blessed to be around and watching and talking about football when that man's involved. So, yeah, well done Liverpool Football Club and well done Mo Salah.
Oh, absolutely, because for almost the entire season we've been talking about Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Virgil van Dijk, and it seemed that Salah, had the links to other clubs away, and people were saying, where will he play? And to have him sign is major.
Yeah, to be fair as well, there was the potential for real disruption to Liverpool's season, given three of their biggest players, maybe three of the most important players over this era. They had such uncertainty about their future. And yet, I think Salah himself signified the way it was to his credit, the way through all that, he kept up this incredible spell of form, or this incredible consistency, which obviously, I suppose, convinced him that this was an absolute necessity. And really, he's been the outstanding player this season again. He's probably going to win all the individual awards again this season, and has been one of the main reasons that Liverpool are going to win the league.
It was a huge job for Michael Edwards to go back in there, and took Richard Hughes with him, and their job from the outset was to make sure we can get all of these players to sign a contract, if not all of them, the majority of them. And I think they look like they might have achieved that now. They've done a great job by doing that. They can add to their squad. It helps when they brought in a manager who's done absolutely magnificent. Looks like they're going to win, or by a major disaster, a Premier League title in his first season, which helps encourage the players to sign new contracts and stay with a football. Why would you want to leave Liverpool Football Club at the moment? I would certainly be one who wanted to be signing.
OK, well, that's major news to drop ahead of match week 32. And let's hear now from the man himself, Mohamed Salah.
These last 8 years have been something really special, and there's now more to come. How excited does that make you?
Yes, of course, I'm very excited. We have a great team now. And before also we have a great team, but I'm excited because I think we have a chance to win other trophies and enjoy my football.
You must feel as though this team can challenge for the big honours again next season.
Yeah, of course. I think if I don't believe that, I would have not signed. I believe the team can win trophies, and with the support of the fans and the city and the support they always give us in the games, that I believe we can win many trophies in the next years. I said in the beginning of the season, I just wanted to win the Premier League more than anything else. I wanted so bad, to be fair. The fans deserve it. The last time we won it, we didn't celebrate it that much. Hopefully we do it this time. It's still 7 games to go. It's not going to be easy at all, because Arsenal also catching up. So we give it all, and hopefully in the end we can win it.
Job done, and a big job done for Liverpool, getting Mohamed Salah to stay on at Anfield. Let's hear from a Liverpool legend himself. Get big reactions from Steve Mcmanaman. Macca, great to have you joining us on Team Talks tonight. What was your reaction when you saw the news break that Salah is staying?
Well, to be very honest, I fully expected it. I think there's a real appetite by Mo Salah and Liverpool to get the deal done. There hasn't been many stories recently. I know there was one maybe 18 months ago about Saudi Arabia, but to be very honest, knowing Mo and knowing the club very well like I do, I think his appetite has always been to stay at Liverpool if a deal can be done. He wants to break records. He wants to be successful. He wants to play football at the highest level. No disrespect to Saudi Arabia, but he wants to be at the highest level physically possible, particularly in European football. And that's really where the standard lies. And the fact that he's had a wonderful season, I think it was just a matter of coming to an agreement with Liverpool about, making sure you get the years in, making sure he gets whatever he wants in his wages in the contract, and getting the deal done. And as Tim said, Michael Edwards, Julian Ward, and particularly Richard Hughes, who's come into the job, have been great in keeping it all quiet and eventually getting the contract signed.
Yeah, we know it's a 2-year deal, Macca. Is there any significance in that number? Was that kind of what you had been expecting?
Yeah, I think so. I think if everybody's realistic, you know, he is 33 years of age. I think 2 years fits the plan, doesn't it? 1 year would have been, I think, a little bit short-sighted. I think he'd certainly deserve 2 years. I think 3 years, you know, when he's 36, probably would have been a bit too long. So I think you have to come. It's probably a lot of give and take from both sides to get the contract signed. But I think his wages, you know, are substantial. He's got another couple of years to play at the highest level. He's chasing down Harry Kane and Wayne Rooney above him. Of course, Alan Shearer, I think, seems to be way off. I know he's got Andy Cole as well to get past, and I think he's level with Aguero. And he certainly wants to break those landmarks himself. And he's certainly got the opportunity to do that. So I think 2 years is fine. I think everybody associated with Liverpool and probably around Mo Salah would all agree that's very fair.
What does this mean for the future and Liverpool bringing in new players now? Just put it into perspective for us with Salah staying on, the ability to attract new players, the money that it frees up to bring in new players. What do you think it means in terms of the team going forward?
I think that Jules, I think they'll have a busy summer, really. I think everybody knows last year they bought him Mcmanaman, and they brought him in early and loaned him back to Valencia because, of course, Valencia were strapped with their financial situation, needed money. So Liverpool sort of done the deal probably a year earlier just because he was such good value. They brought in Chiesa right at the end of the transfer window. But in reality, with the Champions League run they've got this year, with the merchandise deal they've got, with the television broadcast money they've got, they should have a pot of money to really strengthen their squad in the summer, which I think is very important for Liverpool fans around. They've been quite quiet in the transfer market over the last couple of years. I know they brought in Sloboslai, McAllister, Gravenberch at the end a couple of years ago, and Endo, but really no big major signings. And I think Liverpool, as well, as the boys said in the studio, you hope they do get over the line and win the title. And as title holders, to go out and strengthen again and again across a number of positions, I think really puts a mark down to the other teams who are trying to chase you.
Just on that, Steve, I mean, there has been maybe a little bit of a sense, other than Salah, the attack has maybe got a little bit stale towards the end of the season. Is that where you expect most of the activity around him?
I think people will move in that area, will be sold on, and other people will come in. I think if they can, I think there'll be a number of places actually, Miguel. I think they have to look right across the board. I think there'll be goings out as well at Liverpool, of course, because if Mcmanaman comes in, you'd think Quaveen Kelleher might get the opportunity then to go and play first team football at a really high level and play consistently. He certainly deserves his chance. I'm not saying he wants to go, but he certainly deserves his chance if he needs to. And I think there's a number of areas where they should strengthen. You know, there's been concern at left back, there's been concern at, you know, another centre defender. I think there's always opportunities to strengthen your squad when you're at your best. And if you can do that, it puts a marker down. Liverpool are very attractable at this moment in time. The Premier League is hugely attractable. And Liverpool, hopefully, if they are the champions and in the Champions League next year, and probably one of the favourites again, will go along that way of, you know, anybody who looks across European football and sees Liverpool, and if you want to buy Liverpool and you're highly thought of by Liverpool, there's a good chance that they'll get you. So I think it's a wonderful occasion now to really try and strengthen the team. And I mean, they've got youngsters coming through, but their ability to sell players and bring more players in, I think, has been exceptional of late, and they just need to continue in that vein.
Macca, how you doing, mate? You look absolutely magnificent. Do you expect Virgil to sign a new contract now?
Yes, I do, mate. Yes, I do. I think that, again, where you look at, you know, you look at the training grounds and you speak to the right type of people. And you hear even some of the interviews that Virgil's given of late, they seem to be a lot closer, don't they? And you think that it could be a domino effect of now Mo signs, Virgil could be done very soon. I think it's imperative for Liverpool to keep Virgil as well. I think most people feel the same. And again, unless one party is asking for something absolutely ridiculous, which I don't think they are, I think a deal should be done. I think everybody should remain calm, and I think a deal will be done as well.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, Macca, the timing of it also really important. You know, Liverpool just needing a little bit of a boost. This probably gives it to them. Yeah. And you know, Salah's numbers, incredible, but not as incredible of late. Do you agree about the boost?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're completely right. The last month or so when Liverpool went out to competitions, there was a bit of a lull in performance. last week against Fulham wasn't great. You know, the sun was shining. It looked like one of those end of season performances which teams now and again throw in. But you'll guarantee with the news from today and the home game against West Ham, Anfield will absolutely be rocking, won't it? So if you need any type of boost, the fans will go there and they'll be cheering, they'll be singing, they'll be getting behind the team and trying to get 3 more points to get down to that magical 11 that everybody keeps speaking about.
Steve Mcmanaman, thank you so much. Appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, mate.
Seeing you, boys. Have a good show. See you later.
Now, Arne Slot's been talking to the press ahead of the West Ham match, so let's get his reaction to the Mo Salah news.
He's shown at this club for so many years in a row now how much of value he has for the team, for the club. So I assume all our fans and his teammates, we're very happy that he extended for 2 more years. And hopefully, he can show Sunday again how important he has been for the whole season to us.
Yeah, the timing of that, so important. Look at the social media reaction from around the world. This is really the big story ahead of the weekend. The Egyptian king is staying at Anfield. Timing of it, the boost, given that Liverpool have been in a bit of a dip lately.
Yeah. For me, it's good news for everyone apart from West Ham. I mean, if you're West Ham, you're Graham Potter, the last thing you wanted to hear was that on the eve of that. You know, get them fans, if you need to roll them fans up and up, you'll whip them up into a frenzy now. The atmosphere will be unbelievable there, especially if, well, I anticipate they get news on Virgil maybe tomorrow as well, you know, because they'd like to spread it out, give the good news, you know. I don't want to give it all at once, you know, so get
the social media going.
Give these superstars their day, you know, and I think that's what they're doing. So, I agree with Macca. I think the 2 boys will stay. It's brilliant for Liverpool that they will. And I genuinely believe it's the best news for the Premier League. The only people it's not good news for is anyone connected to West Ham Football Club.
We're kind of glossing over the Trent Alexander-Arnold's situation. Are we kind of expecting that he is the one of the 3 that will leave?
Yeah, I mean, that's always the way it's gone. It's interesting, though, because while we've known for a while about Madrid's interest, it always felt there was a bit more noise about Salah. I mean, some of that was actually because Salah himself was willing to actually discuss the situation.
Yeah.
And there was, 2 or 3 interviews this season where he was openly talking about, I mean, look, now that just looks like what I suppose we did feel at the time. It was him leveraging his position. But to be fair, you know, as the song goes, 2 out of 3, it's not bad if they get it done. Look, they wouldn't want to lose Trent Alexander-Arnold. I suppose you can see it in the sense of what some of what Macca was talking about there. Use the wages in terms of kind of spending and to reshape the squad a bit more. Because it's a little bit strange with Liverpool. Although they're going to be champions, although they're keeping 2 of their best players who could have gone, there's maybe still that little bit of a sense they need a bit of a refresh, especially up front. And maybe this allows the opportunity.
I think it was an absolute no-brainer for Mo Salah to sign, because he's always going to be attractive for the Saudi Pro League, even in a year's time. So I think the 2-year contract, there might be an option there we don't know about yet for another year. It protecting their interest as well. What I don't expect is Mo Salah to play the next 2 years at Liverpool. I expect him to be there next year, and then they would address it after that. But I think there's an opportunity for Liverpool Football Club and the businessmen who are involved here, and they're football people as well, so they know on the back of the Premier League title, which looks inevitable, keep Mo Salah, keep Virgil van Dijk. Unfortunately, you're probably not going to be able to keep Trent Alexander-Arnold because of Real Madrid's interest on a free transfer. Keep the guy there. The superstars what are there. It's all feel-good factor there at the moment. See if we can replicate what we've done this year, win the Premier League again, perhaps the Champions League, and then you still got a valuable player at 100 whatever million pounds, and you've cost you nothing for that year you've had him.